going da 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 the row. Now don't you point at me. This is the longest fucking way. No, get out of here. Like,
no fees. Pause. We are back, Level Up Podcast. We are here. See them pop the bottle already. It's your boy B and my boy Nick here. And of course, we had to get the infamous, famous, legendary already. You like that? You like that?
Okay.
Jaeden Zoe, she's in the building.
You gotta add that bitch in there.
Okay, my bad. You did it. Okay, we did that. We did it. We
is here. So this is going to be.
Okay, you see where we going?
Now.
We going. Hey, where the money reside? Hey. No, we good. Shoot, we ain't doing no shit. We having a good time. We about to get drunk. We about to get drunk. And I already be drinking. But my crew, for some reason, they make me do this. I don't know why. But we doing it. We doing it. So
it had to be done.
Yeah, and this is a moment where we so glad you're here because you've been all over. We watch you just traveling and just back and forth. We just over here, just in the city, just like we want to be like that too. We want to travel with you. Know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You didn't pull that. I did that.
Did he just pull that card? I'm like, y'all want to travel?
Yeah.
This motherfucker's trying to leave me. We bringing it another.
Shots fired.
Who poured the champagne? Pour the champagne. What is it? Pour the champagne. Woo! Yeah.
I'm not. It's about that time because they know that I was about to start with my shit.
Like it swung on before the episode was over, brother.
It's gonna be a little bit different today. This family, so it's gonna be a little bit more raunchy today. You know what I mean? It's gonna be as friendly as like. So tell me when you started. So tell me how your career started. Because statistics say, like my boy Holyfield say, statistics say. Yeah, we up. So for sure.
I love.
Are we doing it raw? We drinking?
I'm drinking mine straight up.
Okay, strong.
I don't mix my champagne.
Okay.
I'll be doing it raw.
I'm just
wow.
Baby, I like it raw.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I got a virgin throat. Pause. Oh. I don't drink. Okay, all right, y'all killing me. I don't drink like that. All right, cool. My bad.
No. I wasn't even.
Well, hey, we here now. Started.
Listen.
Let me know when to stop.
Let you know when to stop. Okay, that stop.
All right.
Okay.
I can't see.
I'm legally blind. Oh, you can stop for me because.
You got just a poop.
Right,
that's
just
it.
A little,
a raindrop of champagne.
A barely. That's all I need is a barely pour. I need
Didn't I see you on that Casamigos?
No. It wasn't me.
I was saying Casamigos. He done took it up a notch.
That's devil work. That's devil work.
I was like, nice shit. You get ready for Mexico.
What about that? Yes.
Going, so I will.
All right, guys.
All right.
Not the right guys.
So
we have to get.
So let's find out. So what started you in the musical journey, per se?
What started? Y'all just fools. No, seriously.
Yeah.
On a serious note, musically, for real. Music for me always been. It's in my blood. Like I was basically born into music. I wasn't like, oh, hey, I want to be a singer, or hey, I want to be this, or hey, I want to be that. Right. I knew music was what I wanted to do. But the craziest part was I tried everything. I was a go-go dancer. I was a background dancer. I was a nurse. I done did it all. Wow. Y'all, I worked in Memorial Hermann Hospital, Lord Jesus. I listen. For me, in the medical field, my thing was seeing dead people. I'm too emotional. I was like, I got stuck out. But that's why I knew music. I tried everything. So I don't like to, how can I say this? I don't like to limit. Yeah, I like to limit, who I can be, because I feel like in life you're supposed to live it. Like I see surgeons, I see doctors, I see makeup artists, I see hairstylists, I see all types of people. I'm like, I want to do that, so I'm gonna see if I could do it. I'll be like, this ain't for me, y'all. I tried it. At least I can say it ain't for me.
There you go.
And that's that. But music is my thing, and it always been my thing. And it's forever in me. So
we see that though. I mean, it just comes natural to you. Like even when like you be playing online, it be like, this girl can sing. She ain't fooling me. She can sing for real.
I don't be fooled at all.
You know what I mean? Like
Thank
for
you.
real.
Thank you.
Go crazy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. So was there somebody that like kind of, once you found out that music was your thing, like was somebody that kind of pushed you to like really want to do it more? Or was it all just self? Like this is
everything was self. Everything was self. Like people. It would be a lot of people in the industry. I would say there would be, oh hey, I like your talent. I think this is cool. Let's try this. Or it would be a lot of different organizations and people and shows and people that's that own music halls and things like that. They'd be like, oh, you can come perform for this, that, and the third. But my thing is, it's all for self. Like I did this shit by myself. And it took a while to get where I am today, but I love it. Excuse me.
No, you good.
Here we go. It's the singer's voice.
Okay.
All right.
Me.
Okay. No, but I give credit to myself for believing in me, because that was very important. I feel like if I would have gave up my dream and my journey, I would have been somewhere else, or high and dry. And I like my journey and all the shit that the industry gave me and the people gave me and all these, people I tried to reach out to, because, homie, it's on and popping now.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, you kind of got to go through that type of stuff, too, because it'll kind of balance you out and humble you, too, going through all of that. And then once you start figuring stuff out on your own, it's like a better celebration.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta constantly depend on this person, that person, this person. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a big of a success story.
Right.
So everybody needs a story. So.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I feel like, going through certain obstacles help you build character.
Right.
And I definitely build character, because I used to be like really shy. I never used to curse in my music. I was very just like this like happy-go-lucky, bohemian-looking girl. Now, and I always had tattoos though, but now I'm like, okay, I'm all black. I got like, nails, like, got my lace fronts on. But this is me. Like, I always felt like I had to be like this. That's how I was raised though. Like, don't curse, don't do this, don't do that. So I that's how I transferred that into my music. But then as I got older, I was like, okay, that's not me, and I love my mom, and I love my family, and I get it. But now, I mean, they love me forever, but now they're like, okay, bitch, I see you, this is your shit. So they be like, okay, because I feel like I was someone else. Even though I was still writing records, I just never cursed in them. And I used to be like, damn, I want to say this, but I can't say that. It's so weird. But as I got older and I, branched out into different genres of music and started doing rap music and started doing hip hop and R&B, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna curse in my music. And I was about, I don't even know, like 16 or something. I was like, I'm gonna just say some crazy shit and just roll with it. Same way I got tattoos. I was like, first tattoo I ever got was the 3 stars right here, and it was just 3 stars, and it was like yellow, pink, and yellow, pink, purple, some bullshit, right? And I was like 14 years old. I had consent, but I had my cousin go with me.
Okay.
My mom and my dad did not know. And you know what I said to them? I was like, Mom, I'm going to get a tattoo, bye. Said it just like that, fast, and up the door. Don't say I didn't tell you, because I told you.
Did they respond though? Like,
no, my mom didn't believe nothing I said.
She was
just like, yeah, okay. Like, just playing around, because she thought I was just playing. I came back, I was like, look. She was like, oh my, is it real? And I was like, yes, it's real. And then I got all these big ass pieces on me now, so she's like, wow. And now every time I go back home to my mom's house, and her longtime friends who I knew for a long time, she'd be like, look at this tattoo. Look at this tattoo.
Showing it off.
Look at this. I'm like, damn. Let me pay for that.
What's the cash app?
Right? No, but I was like, dang, like, can you, like, relax tracks. Let me show everybody. I'm pretty sure they're interested in seeing them. But my mom thinks of me as like a canvas, and I like that because I love art, and I think of myself as a human canvas. So to see other people, especially people that I love, to be like, wow, look at this. This is really nice. I still don't even believe half the art that I got. I don't know how I sat for these hours and actually got the shit. I swear to God, I think about it every day. I'm like, how the fuck did I do this? Because I was really young, right?
Same thing, like, I really like to see.
Sat down for like 8 hours and got the shit. What type of pain was I in? Because I was not depressed.
Right.
No, I sit back because I have this leg piece that I'm gonna finish eventually, but. It hurt so bad, but I actually sat and got it. The front didn't hurt, but the back side definitely did hurt. And I was like, I really sat. First of all, I traveled about 3 hours to get to the artist to get the shit done.
Wow.
So I was really, determined to get this shit. You was serious about this. So when as I got older and I think about my tattoos, I'm like, I really was laying on the table like, yo, give me 2 Polynesian wings right here. But that's me. I never thought about my ink. Like I never thought about it. I just was like, I went with what I felt or what I feel. Like that's how I see it, and everything aligned, perfectly fine. I never really thought too much about it.
So you transfer that right to your music too, just doing what you feel.
Exactly, and that's how. Like one day I'm a rapper, the next day I'm a singer, the next day I'm a bohemian bitch, the next day I'm Kirsty Wild. That's the music. I'm a real artist. I have layers to me. Nice. I remember when I was 17 and I had went to a label, and at this time they wanted to buy me from my management at that time, and it was like, I feel like your music is everywhere. And I was like, I don't understand that. I'm a writer. So, I mean, as a songwriter, as a singer and songwriter, you write a lot of shit because you're writing for other people, different artists, different emotions, different genres, different labels. So as I brought my music to these people, they were like, oh, your music is everywhere. And like to me, that kind of didn't make sense to me at that time. But I carried that with me for such a long time because I was like, why would you tell me that my music is everywhere? And then I look at the music today and I'm like, well...
Clearly.
Well, good sir.
Right.
Oh, well, you just didn't like me and just say that because I mean, the music today. I mean, hell,
all over the place.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, as a writer, now, now in the labels today, they're like, oh man, she got this level of music, this level of music. She can do this. She can rap too, and she can write this. Now everyone's appreciative to an artist being versatile, whereas back in the day, they were more like, not even back in the day, y'all ain't that old now.
Sometimes you move fast. Right. Back in the day, you could be like, a week. Not for real.
But they used to be so judgmental. They wanted the artists to just come with the whole package. And I don't think that's fair.
It's not.
I feel like you should give artists insight. We do all the work ourselves anyway. We are the fucking product.
Right.
Like, I mean, we're coming with the voice, the look, the talent, the everything, and you telling me, oh, my music is not good enough?
Right.
Fuck you, to be honest, because my shit is hot.
That's just like the platforms, too, though. Like, y'all only get a piece of the platforms.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give you pennies on the dollar when it comes to your streams and everything. So it's like, that's crazy that you're the one who's actually putting this on here, but you only getting a little
small
bit. You know what I'm saying? Small percentage of it. It's not like they pushing it for you, like
right, because you have to push your own.
You have to push your own thing. Yeah, like it's
paying
crazy.
For like to be on the SoundCloud playlist. You have to pay for a lot of different stuff, which is I feel like it teaches you, and I'm gonna say this because it teaches you to be independent, and that's why there's so many independent artists because they was like, well, shit, I did this on my own, so what the fuck I signed to a label that you know what I'm saying I gotta give you percent of that too. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna do my own shit.
You was doing it already, so yeah.
Right, so I love all the artists that are independent. And that's doing like their own thing in their own lane. Because that was me for a very long time. It still is me. I have Next Level. I have One Love Music Group now, and I'm really excited about that. But I feel like a lot of artists today, everyone is moving so gracefully musically because we have social media. We have different things that we could maneuver on our own than having to wait for a label to present it to us. And I think that's what is rocking right now.
For sure, for sure. So like, I kind of want to touch on.
Not the world.
Right. I want to touch on how me and you even kind of came across like each other. Like, if you want to get in that just a little bit.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, the world wants to know.
Like the for real.
I mean, whatever way you want to spill it.
Oh.
The real deal. Right.
Oh, the tears. I'm saying. No, for real.
Cause it's an amazing story. Like
it's so great. It's so great, and it's very unfortunate, but fortunate at the same time.
Right.
But one of my really good friends from a long time ago, not even a long time ago, but just I knew him for a really long time, and I came to Houston in 2014. I don't know how long you knew him for.
Man, probably some. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe like around that same time era, something like that.
Okay, because I remember, so 2014, I had came to Houston, and I was out here, and I was new to Houston. I was barring it up. What's the other one? Pink Elephant.
Oh. Pink Monkey.
Yeah, and all that. Like at TSU, I was outside, and I was like, oh my God. And at that time, I wasn't 21 at all, but I was still partying and hanging out. And you know, back in the days in Houston, it was 18 to party, but 21 to drink.
Wow.
So I was outside. I was outside, but it was so much fun, and I was hanging out and things like that with my friends and whatever. But I stayed out here for a few years, so I got to know Houston, and I was still doing music. I was an independent artist, but at the time, I was transitioning from I was back and forth from LA to Houston, so I was here. Then I wanted to get. I love Texas. Like for some weird reason, like Texas is like the randomest place. Like no one's gonna look at me and think Texas. Like you know what I'm saying?
You think LA, Miami, New York,
right?
ATL,
yeah. But I love Houston, and I always was like I want to live in Houston. So when I came out here, I was very young, and I met my friend here, and he was just like, now you gotta move to Texas because it's so cool. So I was like, okay, well, I moved here, I moved to Texas, and well, for just a short time. It was very temporary at this time because I was still living in LA. And then I got to some music stuff out here, and then he kept telling me about Brandon, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Who are you talking about? Like, I don't know who this guy is. But he always was like, you know, this guy is so good. I'm gonna link you up with him and things like that and whatever. I went back to LA. Long story short, when I came back to Houston, because I actually eventually moved here. Hey. I actually moved here. He was like, I haven't seen him in like a long time. Prior to like 2014. Or 15. So I came back here, and he was just like, man, you gotta link up with Brandon, referring to you as Big B. So he gave me his Instagram. And mind you, I'm the type of person, I mean, like, I'll just nod for the Instagram thing. Sometimes people try to holler at you. People, you know, I didn't know, you know, what type of time he was going to be on or who this was, but I know that my friend wasn't coming from a bad place, so I trusted his instinct. But something on my mind just kept telling me to reach out to Brandon. Just randomly. And I was like, okay, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. But I was like, hey, you know, I have a question. I see all the work that you do, but like I'm interested in like, are you interested in like management, artist management, or are you interested in like, you know, working with artists and things like that? I'm new to Texas, and I'm interested in performing and, you know, doing shows and things like that. And I see you work with a lot of artists and a lot of people. And so when I reached out to him, he reached back immediately, and I was like, ow! He came with such good energy and good spirits, and I felt really good about the situation, because it wasn't the typical situation like, oh yeah, so what's up? It was more like, hey, yeah, you know, I work with this person and that person, and because he was referred to me by someone that was very dear to me, it meant more, you know what I'm saying, and then he came with such a positive light and good energy and good vibes. I was like, okay, no, this guy, it was meant for me at this time in my life to meet Brandon, because it actually makes sense in my career right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and because he was telling me since 2014, and I was like, I really was like, I don't know, 2014, I was like, musically, I was everywhere. I was like working on some shit in Japan. I was working on some shit. I was like, I don't even think I have time for myself. So I really wasn't thinking about having them, because I'm an independent person. I'm an Aries, y'all. I was like, if I could do it by myself, then fuck that. That was my shit in 2014 and 15 and 16. I worked with a lot of cool people, but I was like, you know, you need a team, and I never had a team, like you know. So I had people I work with, but I did all the shit on my own. Right. But when I reached out to Brandon, as referred to my friend TOG, who I love very much, it was very interesting.
What year was this?
This was recently. This was recently. This have to be how long? Like maybe less than a year. Less than a year for sure. Less than a year for sure. Yeah. And we became like the best of friends. Right. Just from the moment that we even collaborated. Sure. And TOG used to say, you guys are gonna get along. This is great. Like he was very overprotective about me. He used to be like, don't talk to these Houston motherfuckers. They ain't no good. They ain't no good. Don't talk to and he was just very lively. So when he told me about him, once again, I was more like, okay, I trust your judgment, because you not gonna introduce me to somebody that's gonna be on no crazy bullshit, because I have an attitude and I don't fucking play that. So I was just like, it's a really cool story, but I feel so enlightened and so good and so blessed to be, you know, put in a room with you guys and actually sitting here and chatting, because that just shows, like, you know, the growth in my artistry, and but also the humbleness and the what's the word I'm looking for?
She was destined to happen.
Right, and the adventures, and it comes from somebody who was so passionate about music as well, because TOG, he was very passionate about music, and he always wanted to see me win. So just coming, you know, being introduced to Brandon within that whole thing was just crazy to me.
Right. Super crazy. I didn't know. Like, keep in mind, at this moment, I didn't even know that was connection. She was shocked to me. He just was like, okay, man, let's you know. So I found out later. Oh snap! Like, how weird is that?
Right.
So crazy.
And that's wild. Like, you to be told in 2014, and here we are 2022.
That's what I'm saying. Think about that.
And I remember you telling me like, oh yeah, check out this artist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But still, I had no idea. Like, it just literally happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
I know. Like, I'm really excited about this adventure, because it's a new adventure. Like, you know, and I feel like when you having fun in your journey and you're going out and you're with people that you consider family, and everything feels good and everything is great, you just feel you know, the life being poured into you. Like, you know, this is when music feels fun. Music doesn't feel like a job, you know. This doesn't feel like a job. Like, when you go, it don't feel like you're working. Like, it's just something we could do all the time, every day, because it feels so good. And that's what I love about it.
A vibe.
Yeah. Big vibe. Big vibe.
This is like I had this phone for a fucking long ass time.
Okay.
And my other phone broke. My 12 Pro broke. So I was like, oh shit, I got my little backup phone. So I was like using it. But I was like, oh, this is so fucking outdated. It's not that old, y'all. Hey, it's not that. But I'm like, damn, I done dropped it. It's like turning black on the side. The camera not that great. I was like, let me just get a new phone. I was like, this is not, I want to be seen with we got the 2 dots. Yikes. She's outdated. Yikes. Right. She's outdated. I have to go get my 3 cameras now.
Gotta have them.
She should throw back, bitch.
I'm over here like,
dang.
Oh, he's a throwback, nigga. He's throwback.
That's 12.
He's still throwback.
It's still throwback, though. It ain't 13.
They done moved on up on our asses. 13, they got 13 Pro.
Yeah, they got
that motherfucker could walk.
For real, like by itself, like I'm telling you.
Yo, okay, so I was looking at Canon cameras. I love to take photos and do like short films and like model reels and shit like that. So, you know, I always do it on my phone, and people don't really know this about me, but I usually do that. And people are like, oh, how you edit your videos? Like, oh, who edit your videos? Like, bitch, me. But when I saw the 13 camera, and I was looking at Canon cameras and other, film cameras, I was like, how many is this phone? The camera is crazy.
The camera's better than the real camera.
The phone is just for photos. It ain't to make no calls. So nobody answer their phone now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make content.
Instagram
is paying us now.
We're creating.
Instagram is like, if you hit this deadline, we'll give you $1,000. Bitch, what?
Say less.
What? I look at my account. I was like, you really gonna give me $1,000 for some bullshit?
Say less. Right? Shoot away. No, shoot away. Right.
I know, it's just so crazy. How do you guys feel about the Instagram being able to pay people for their reels? And this is I think for accounts that's 10K and up, or just for like influencers who have certain brands or whatever. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I ain't seen no money from it yet, so I don't know. But I'm gonna figure it out for sure. I like that though. I feel like everybody need to get paid.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think it's opening up.
I feel like they need to lower the follower thing too. It's like people
that's
with
how I feel.
3,000 followers that do good stuff.
I just feel like people who have there's people out there who have like 400 followers that are still verified. And True. I feel like if you can verify an account, that's it shouldn't be about followers. It should be about who you are and your brand and how serious you take it. What are your publications? What press do you have? Things like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, why they trying to hide the likes and the views and all? It's like, bro, no. Like the followers.
Right.
The followers is a thing. Like people really judge you off of how many followers you have.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't even respond to you if you don't have a certain amount of followers.
I think that's bizarre though.
It's weird.
People are just stupid. It's like the social media psychological
No, real talk.
Psychoness. I feel like people think, oh my God, he has like 20 million followers and he followed me. Woo! It says like his bank account don't have that. But no. On a serious note, it's a lot of influencers and like people that are out here and they look so popular and they look so expensive and things like that and
then you
they sleep on the couch.
And they 4 it up. Like,
right, and it's kind of like
4 for 4. For sure. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what? Like, that's why I don't like the follower thing. Bro. I don't like all I don't
Dang, I didn't mean to throw you one on the table, guys. Look, listen, influencers, we love you. Just get your shit together. Now, Instagram is giving you money. It's a lot, yes. And I kind of like that, especially for younger. I like it. I don't give a fuck about the adult aspect of it, but for the children that are doing YouTube videos and things like that. I don't have any kids, but if I did have any kids and they were to do like YouTubes and things like that, which is very common now. Right. And if my kid could actually get paid for that at such a young age, they they grow up to learn how to be entrepreneurs. And I think that's super cool because they learn how to monetize and break down certain things and they become social. They're not antisocial.
And they builds
a lot of personality.
They start out working for themselves.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I think that's cool.
And by the way, I like 4 for 4s. I don't.
Make sure he'll put him in the name, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
I ain't too bougie for a 4 for 4. I'm just saying.
I will get some nuggets from them. I ain't gonna lie. Them nuggets with the barbecue sauce, when it's fresh, it's hot. It's up.
Oh my God.
Quick disclaimer.
Yeah.
What is going on?
You got a Wendy's basket on next time. Got the whole sauce and everything.
You know how they beat up also
frosty.
You think get a 4 for 4?
Right.
Okay. So
right.
He think
he better than us.
Yeah, he think he better than us.
Oh my God.
Well, hey, whoever's in the chick.
That's
what we rolling with.
Okay, it might be Chick-fil-A. Look, I may not eat no 4 for 4.
Ooh, the Polynesian sauce.
I'll hit up a Chick-fil-A. Y'all lost me with the 4 for 4.
Dang.
But the Chick-fil-A, don't holler at me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Us.
That's a cool $8.94 tax.
For what? For 2 nuggets? Chick-fil-A be smacking. Chick-fil-A be, don't get me wrong. Chick-fil-A is I call the upper echelon of fast food.
Yes, no. First of all, the service is immaculate.
It is.
I'm sitting
Yes.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I'm in Atlanta, Miami, New York. These motherfuckers. Here you go. Have a good day, ma'am.
Right.
It took you 5 seconds to bring my order. Did you cook it?
Right.
I was like, you know what the fuck I want. you know I was coming.
Let you pull off and forget something.
Chase down. Sir, you forgot something. Your napkins. Your napkins.
Your napkins.
Your napkins.
What?
Like,
did you want any sauce? Did you want any sauce?
I guess so. Yeah, I take some.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Like, that's crazy.
Okay, favorite sauce at Chick-fil-A?
Honey roasted barbecue sauce.
Never had it.
Yeah, see, it's off the menu thing. They don't advertise it.
Oh, secret menu.
I'm a big boy. What you think? I know about all this. Let me see behind the counter. Let me see all the packets. Honey roasted barbecue sauce. Ask them. It's not,
This motherfucker,
honey roasted barbecue
Where
sauce.
Where was this energy in Atlanta? We had it.
Facts. True.
What?
Honey roasted
barbecue sauce. He holding out just the same way he tell you.
Wow.
Really?
Right. You know.
Right. Wow.
He already
I see what you did right there.
I see how he started 2022.
Cheers. Cheers to you. I see what you did right there.
Whatever.
That's cool. I deserve that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, for that honey roasted barbecue, you got to request it. And they're going to look at you like, how you know about that? Like, you have to ask for it.
Don't worry, I'm the president.
Okay. Well, we the VP.
I was Chick-fil-A sauce and barbecue saucing it down, but y'all,
I'm telling you.
I want to try that now.
You should.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just stick to my Chick-fil-A sauce.
Okay.
That sauce is the business.
For sure.
Now on the music, I want to know, what was like your first song that people really gravitated to? I do want to know that.
Oh my God, I was like 17. It was called Flowers for Jaeden.
Okay.
And I'm actually thinking about redoing that and remaking that because it's I love Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
And he was my favorite. Well, he still is my favorite artist. But you know, back in the skateboard days, I used to skateboard. I know I don't look like I skateboarded. Like I was on the Stussy. And I probably said it wrong, y'all.
No, that's it.
But okay, I was on the hype beast movement in New York. It's New York, so we used to skateboard and wear a lot of hype beast clothes and sneakers and things like that. But Lupe Fiasco was one of my favorite artists musically because I loved his shit. But I used his beat to Superstar. If you so that song, that beat. I took that beat, at a young age. It was like back in the day, technically stealing beats. You don't give a fuck about, So you'd be like, I love this song. I want to remake it. So, and one of my favorite songs from Lenny Kravitz, right here, Let Love Rule. This is Lenny Kravitz right here. It's a quote. There you go, Bar. That's another one of my favorite artists. It's my dad. Hi. No. Okay, so he did a song called Flowers for Zoe, which is for his daughter, Zoe Kravitz. And so I was like, so I'm going to do Flowers for Jaeden, because my name is, it's Jaeden Zoe, but it's Jaeden first. So I was like, let me take that, and then I wrote the song, Flowers for Jaeden, Flowers for Jaeden. It was so cute. I was like a little, this little girl just singing all this cute, songs to Lupe Fiasco, Superstar. And I was like, okay, and I did a video to it, which was on the Brooklyn Bridge, so I gave it like a retro, like, New York vibe to it, which is probably still on YouTube somewhere, y'all.
You probably
not by me, but other people. Huh? No, I don't know how the editor, did his shit, but he did his shit. And it looked very retro, and I was so young, and I had braces and shit, y'all. I had the Invisalign though, so you can't see, but I just look back at that video, and I'll be like, oh my God, this is so cool. But everyone gravitated to that song, even to this day, who are true music lovers of the Jaeden Zoe brand. They literally love that song, and so I'm thinking about bringing that back.
I want to hear that.
It's such a pleasant song, but so fun, but so cute. And when I was shooting a video for that, I was very nervous. I had everyone in Brooklyn because I shot it in Dumbo, downtown Brooklyn, and everyone just had cameras out. Mind you, this is a tourist place. Everyone had their cameras out, their phones out. They was like, who the fuck is this girl? So I know I'm in Canada somewhere. I know I'm in all types of places. Sure. And they like, oh, look what we saw. And I had a camera crew and all this. It was cold as shit. It was like 30 degrees, but we made it look like it was summertime. So to let y'all know, I had this little tiny ass coat on, but it was like 20 degrees outside. I was dying all the video. So it's certain things I remember about that song and that video. I went into a store that said Zoe. And I got a bag from them, and they let me get the little shopping bag because it says Zoe. So I was like, can I borrow this for my video? I got that from them. I walked Mariah Carey's 2 dogs. Her dog walker was outside. And she had these 2 big ass furry ass Mew Mew dogs, and I was like, can I please film with these dogs in a video? And literally, I was watching. It was so crazy. But it's New York, like, you know, like people see you filming shit, they stop, they want to know what's up and
what's going on,
you know. And I was like, shit, this is why I can't. Hey.
Yeah. Unless you did that in Houston. Niggas were like, what the
right.
For real.
Yeah.
Way different. Way different.
That's hard though.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I was like, I would say, because I've been on television since I was 9 years old. I did the Apollo Theater. You guys know what the Apollo is?
Oh, for
so
sure.
I didn't get swept off. I didn't get booed by the singing. I would have cried. I would have been dancing with me. I ain't trying to be nothing no more. But I was on Apollo with a dance group called Divas with Attitude. So back in the days, I lived in these projects, or hood, we would say, because I say Fort Greene. I'm like, what the fuck is Fort Greene? So Fort Greene is a neighborhood in New York City. And my community center, which is like an after school program, which was attached to like our neighborhood at the time for the youth and kids, for like arts and craft and things like that, to keep us out of trouble and harm's way, staying out late and things like that. I participated in, it's called Ingersoll Housing, and so we had started up a dance group. We was like, fuck that. We was watching TV. We was like, shit, we could do this. It was me and 4 other girls. I was the youngest in the group. I was 9. The other girls was 10, 11, and 12. And we started this dance group with this. The organizer was her name was the dance instructor was Yolanda. I don't know her last name, but the
wasn't Adams, was it?
I wish it was Adams. Oh, holy night.
Yes,
that's my shit. Hold on. So, come on. So, no, but Tisha Merritt, she was one of my counselors for the Ingersoll Community Center, and we started a dance group. And then we brought it to the Apollo, and we did the auditions, and we actually passed. Which I thought at the time I was 9 years old, so I was nervous as shit. I wasn't so thirsty for the I'm gonna fuck this shit up. That wasn't me. I was like, I'm scared, bitch. I'm fucking terrified. Who put me in this group? I don't want to do this. There's a million people out there in TV and cameras. I was just going nuts. And then we actually did the show and we won. And the money that we won, we put it back into our community, which I thought was super cool for a 9-year-old to do. Because at the time I didn't understand it. I was like, Christmas. I was like, but for real, I was like, wow. Like I just gave my community back money. It was my community center, which most likely is still there. But after that, we had to go again on the show, which we lost the second time to a dance group from Harlem. Them bitches was fire. They was 13 deep. I was like, oh, they about to smoke out boots. Oh my God, they about to smoke out. It was like they was in there, back in the days, them motherfuckers just, they just move out the foot and the stomping and the hands and if their face was ugly, if you making that ugly face when you dancing, you fucking it up.
Yeah, you doing it.
So, I was like, they about to fuck us up, yo. I'm over here like,
look at your happy day.
Spirit fingers. Like they fucked us up, but the journey was so cool, and just being that young girl doing that for the Apollo and being able to be on the Apollo anyway. That's a part of history.
No, for sure.
And I was a part of that, so I think it's so cool. It was December, and it was around Christmas. It aired December 23rd, 2002.
Did y'all rub the little log too?
I rubbed the log, y'all. I said, and one thing I remember from this moment was going onto the Apollo and the lights, because they do this for actors and TV, anything, and they still do it to this day. But I don't think it's that crucial anymore, because I think they know we blonde them motherfuckers. But the lights, you can't. The only people you can see is the first row for stage fright. You can't see. You just hear. Rawr, it's like people are just screaming, so it's a lot of people, but you only see the first row because the stage lights are so bright, but they do it for people who have stage fright.
That makes sense though.
I was like,
that makes sense.
I can't see shit. I just remember just seeing the first row and just looking for like people I know or something, and cameras and stuff, but I couldn't see shit. I was like, spirit face.
It used to be an old lady though. She used to always be on the front row when I used to watch Apollo. She used to always jump up and cheer everybody on. She like, do you remember an old lady that?
She probably was a part of the organization to start the crowd to get hype. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's television, so I feel like a lot of it is just rigged anyway. But when I was on the Apollo, it was like some real shit. People actually pay, tickets to go see these shows in the amateur night and things like that, because it was kind of like if you go to a comedy show, it was kind of like stand-up comedy. Like, you go to a comedy show, you pay for tickets, you don't know what you're going to see, but you know it's going to be entertaining.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of people that did go to the Apollo back in the days, that's how it was. I don't know about now. I feel like I miss the Sandman. Bring him back. I don't know. Do they still do the Sandman?
I ain't know Apollo still came on. I ain't even gonna care.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if it still come on, but I know they do certain shows. Like they do like concerts and things there. Like, hey, come see this person at the Apollo Theater.
Right.
I don't need to do that. But as far as like, they need to do the amateur. If they bring that shit back now, oh my God. That shit is gonna be fun. Like, I mean, back in the days it was fun, but this shit now, like the world today, everyone is just so much fun and just wild that it's like sky's the limit.
But see, that's the thing though. Like, I feel like you're a performer though, right? But everybody else, a lot of artists, they can't perform. Like some artists, they literally just sit there and just sing their song or just rap, whatever they're doing. They don't perform.
Right.
So I think you would be good at something like that. But some people, that might kill their whole vision because they can't get out there and be like, in the moment.
Well, you know what? Like some people are so good at vocally or just rapping that they don't even need to do some of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some people, like for instance, like what's the artist I could say that just absolutely don't perform nothing on stage?
I think Summer Walker just sings. She doesn't.
Oh, thank you for fucking saying that. Okay.
Just being honest.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Cause I think all this shit in my head, and I'm very vocal, and I'm no one to judge. I promise you. but, oh my God, Summer Walker's performances just kill me. Cause the girl's music is just amazing,
fire.
And I'm like, whoa, I can't wait. But I'm not looking forward to her concert. That bitch is. And I don't see. I'm like, girl.
Real talk. Yeah.
But it's not even like you can sit down on a stool and still have personality. It's so dry. She just be like a biscuit from Popeyes. It's just no honey, no Sprite. honey. She just dry, and I just was like, I know her management is probably cringing in the back, just like just move a leg or something, But her music is just so good, as I said. So she doesn't need to, because her voice is great, she looks great, but it's her stage. She does not have stage presence. It kills me because I'm like, this girl's so great. But now my favorite, her, she don't dance around and act crazy either on stage. But that bitch, that she'll pull out her guitar and just
give it to
you. Yeah. I love her. Sure. I think her is cool. But I feel like most artists today it's all about personality and what they reflect. Summer Walker's idea of an artist, of who she is this sheltered girl that she's expressing through her music, and I feel like she's being her true self, which I love about her. You know what I'm saying? So when you see her, you still get that shy girl, that girl that's for real telling you that she has anxiety on stage. She's letting you know that at this concert that you paid for, and that's what I love about it, because you have to see the art of things instead of just judging people based on what we expect in life. And that's what I get from being an artist, you know what I'm saying? Because we human. So you gotta remember that too. Like artists, they get sick, artists, they have anxiety, some have depression, some have all types of mental issues and things like that they can't overcome, but this is art for them. That's how they get over that, by being able to express themselves. And having that crowd support is even more deeper than a person saying, well, bitch, you look boring on stage. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get it when you guys are talking about like the Summer Walker thing, but I feel like it's a way that she expresses herself, but it could be. It's just so crazy to me because when I first seen, I'm not gonna lie, I seen her new album that dropped. She did it wasn't a real concert. It was one of those tiny desk type concerts.
Yeah.
And her band was great. And then she sat down, and it was like she was just wasn't there.
Right.
She
was in the bathroom at the house or something.
She was like, she got the mic. She was like. I was like, do you know that this is worldwide? You're gonna have like 15 million people that are viewing you right now. Right. I just need to know if this is for real.
Are you with me?
Right? Are you here?
Right.
You know, and so, but I think that's her. Everyone has a marketing plan, y'all.
True. Hey.
So I think that's her marketing plan.
And it's working because we're talking about her.
Right. I'm just saying that's just what it is. Now me, I'm loud to the motherfucker. You gonna see me.
It's working though.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all about what's working for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
But it's my personality. I don't think I can ever change. I don't think I can never change who I am, and I don't give a fuck what people say about me. Oh my God, Deja Vu is so crazy.
Right now?
Yeah,
Love
so
it.
crazy.
You ain't supposed to be here.
I know. Don't make me see my number now. Angel number 322.
Okay.
I'm all about the angel numbers.
Okay.
But I don't think I will never change myself for anybody. And that goes for just anything, not just music, not just fashion. Because I did fashion modeling for a long time, and I was the only tattoo model that did a lot of runway shows and the shows that I did do. Right. And I'm so grateful for those experiences because they shaped me. I was like, oh shit, the Kardashians and what's left of the Beatles is here. I'm at the Pacific Design Center in Los Angeles doing this fashion show for what was the designer name? Sarah Angelucci Armature, which also she designed like Lil Nas X red cowboy suit.
Oh, okay.
And she she has some rings and stuff. She does jewelry, she does clothes, she does bags, things like that. She's out in Los Angeles. But I had the option to model for her. Her PR team reached out to me, and this is crazy, on Instagram, and they booked me for the show. I thought that was absolutely crazy. So like, I feel like I used to think me having tattoos, like I can't do a lot of different things that a lot of people are doing. But I was like, I'm not ever giving that up. I love art, and I think of myself as a museum and a human canvas. So I would never change that about myself to fit into anywhere, because I don't like to fit in. I like to stand out.
That's right.
And I know when I walk in a room, I shake the fucking room, and
Thanks.
I'm not gonna ever dumb myself down.
And
just
that's
to fit
into. Had a little lamb.
Okay.
Come through with it.
Right. So that's how I feel, and I feel like through life, that's how it is anyway, and that's how it should be for a lot of people. And I feel like a lot of people should be inspired by the work that they're doing. I don't give a fuck what it is or what you think is not gonna be hot. Stand the fuck out.
Right.
Stand out, because it's gonna work eventually.
Right.
You just gotta keep doing it until people actually get it. But they gonna get it. I promise you that.
Right. Now now you said this weird standard about tattoos, but now it's like more people have them. A lot of more people are doing more things with it. So even teachers be having tattoos and stuff now. So
for sure.
Right. It was
it's more accepted now than any time.
Right. I've never seen a teacher, because I'm in our age group, y'all, teachers with tattoos. We some bad kids. We would have been like, Mr. Abraham.
What's going on?
What?
Right.
Excuse me. Because, teachers are like, high school, 16, 17? No, teachers be like 23.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
You my age. Mr. Abraham.
Like some extra sessions in. Let me find out.
No. But for real, tattoos are. Listen, I love ink, and I love that everyone is okay with getting ink and accepting it, just like how they're accepting like locks and things like that. Because I worked for a company. I worked for a lot of companies in New York City, like corporate companies. I was styling a lot of people, and they would not hire girls with locks, girls with afros, girls with certain things because I would go in a lot of interviews and I always had an afro. And I used to be like, oh yeah, you have to do your hair. But, you know, I mean, so I was like, do my hair. Like, you know, I got an attitude. So I don't give a fuck how corporate you are. You're not going to tell me, you're not going to call me on the phone because you don't see my look. Because back in the days, they can't see you. Don't have a LinkedIn and things like that. So they don't see you. You just got a good resume. And so you get to the interview, they're like, oh. Did I miss something? Right. And then they're like, oh, you know, can you wear certain hairstyles? Now it's the braids, it's the locks, it's the tattoos that people are accepting. And I think it's super cool now in the corporate world. And I think it should have been that way anyway. Wow. There was I was looking at an article the other day. It was a newscast anchor, whole Polynesian tat on her face.
Oh, wow.
I said, you better go, bitch. Like, she, a whole tat. You know how they do the chin thing and then the whole shit, and she's telling the news. I would have been like, oh. I would have been like, what's the weather today? at motherfucking 10 p.m.
Right. That's what's up, though.
You know, it's just cool. Like, that's like, I feel like tattoos shouldn't stop any, like, you know, certain tattoos shouldn't stop anything. If I worked in a hospital and there's a bunch of surgeons that have tats. They have head tats. They have all types of stuff. Right. But I had to cover up my butterfly, so I used to wear like a turtleneck in like 80 degrees, y'all. But the hospital was always cold, so I was like, it's brick in there. So I wasn't hot, but I was still like certain days I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, I'm wearing that. And so like the surgeons would be like, oh, like we linked up.
Okay.
Eat game. Right. But it's cool. Because they was okay with it sometimes, but I think it's really the patients that they care about because people in general are just judgmental anyway. Exactly. So, and this is a bougie ass hospital, so you know, going into, I was a hospital service technician, so going in and checking everybody's, you know.
You live so many lives. Like, I see why your music is like the way it is. You got so many different experiences, but that's good though.
Yeah. That's really and you want to know what's crazy? I worked there with Warren Herman too, but I was the person that come get the dead bodies.
Ooh. Oh, so you was on that big ass service elevator. Yeah. Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Now listen. So when I first started working at Memorial Herman, I was like, they prepped me for all of that stuff. Now I know it's dead bodies in there, and I was working because I was a hospital service technician. In Central Supply, which is downstairs by the morgue. To say that right there. We always had to use the service elevators because I had to bring modules. You probably don't know what the fuck the hospital service terminology is, but I always have to bring the ventilators and different things like machinery, make sure people are breathing and make sure their shit is cleaned properly and things like that. So we had to take these big ass service elevators, and so one great day, just one beautiful, sunny, beautiful day in Texas. I was on the elevator and I'm like, I got this. This is a cool day. In my head though, I was like, if you gonna see some dead bodies, but I was like, I'm prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm prepared. I got on that elevator. They brought this fucking 6'8" big ass nigga in a goddamn. I said, oh. He ain't alive, Lord Jesus.
That's actually how I left Memorial Herman though, because I wasn't really into the dead body thing either. Even though I had to move them, I get to move live patients too though. But I had to go into the morgue one day to take a body in there, and I was cool as long as it was covered. But it was this young girl, and I want to respect the family, so I don't really want to tell the story and all that because they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was this young girl, and she had been in an accident or whatever, and I'm bringing her body to the morgue, and the security dude's like, yeah, man, I just heard about the story. It was right here on I-10, man. It was crazy. And I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But put the body in there so we can get out of here.
Yeah, right.
And he was like, no, bro, but you got to understand. And he pulled the sheet off of the girl. And I'm like, bro, like.
You see, that's why working in a hospital, and this is a great conversation. And I'm going to say this right now. Like, I worked with, mind you, I'm young, right? When you work in a hospital, you work with people that is much older than you,
right?
Because they used to the type of shit, and they seen a lot of shit in their life.
Right.
Me, I was like, listen, girl, I do tutorials and shit online. I don't see dead bodies. I just don't. It's just not me. So, like for me, like I would ask like my coworkers, I would say, do you ever cry or feel emotional or things like that? And they would say, sometimes I feel emotional, but it's, it is what it is. They only feel emotional when it's a patient, because we have patients. Like, I had floors that I do, so I did like the 4th floor, the 6th floor, and the 3rd floor, the 4th floor, and the 6th floor. So if like one of my patients died, and you have to bring them down, it's really emotional, because he's like, oh, I spent like a long time with this person, helping them, and I knew them, and I know their family, and things like that. But they were just so casual, like, oh yeah, we went to the mall, we was just hanging out, just to check out, the morgue, and my black ass. I'm not going to no morgue, bitch, to go check out shit.
No, for real. No.
I'm not going in there to check out nothing. Now, I watch a lot of paranormal shit, and my thing is, I personally feel like just being in the hospital at night, and thank God my shift was over at 11. Because overnight, I would lose my fucking mind in there.
Right.
And I know it's
I work overnight. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm not trying to be in no morgue. No.
I in the morgue 2, 3 in the morning. Yeah, that was
no.
Is it you didn't really make noise, or you hear like...
I mean, I didn't hear no... I ain't hear no noise. I would have been out there waiting for that to get noise. What?
Oh my God, you
already
was
tripping
in the
on
morgue.
being
Like that. I love stories like this, guys. Let me tell you, because I like stories like this because it's just like really interesting and crazy. I watch celebrity ghost stories like all the time, probably like every day. I do. I'm like really obsessed with, because I think it's crazy. And like I watched a show called Infographics where they talk about like the things that happen in morgues that people don't talk about, or like what happens after death, or like what they do in funeral homes. I don't know. It's just death is just really weird to me. It's always been something that gave me anxiety. Everyone's scared to fucking die. I don't give a fuck when nobody say, Listen, it's different levels to this shit. Right. So, you just don't know. But when you lose somebody else close, like my dad had died, and so I became really, interested in like what happens like after life, right. Or like, what's the funeral homes, what they do when they cremate somebody. I learned so much crazy shit, and then working in the hospital and then seeing like, dead people just, their families don't even know yet. Like, we're the first ones that know that. Right. Like, so to me, I felt like it was like crazy, because I was like, oh my God, this person is just, mind you, this big ass man on the service elevator. I'm just standing there in my scrubs, like trying to act normal. The nurses are having this conversation, just like, yeah, girl, what you eating for dinner? And we going out this day. And I'm like, y'all bitches is crazy.
No, for real.
Like this is like, I would have been sitting there, oh Lord Jesus. No. We gotta wail it.
No, for real. No. Seriously.
I don't know how people could do this every day. Like medical examiners. You cutting open,
I don't get it either. My biggest thing was the kids though, like infants.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Like, I had to transport a few like kids and stuff too.
Like
that was that was the worst for me. I was just like, bro.
Tiny little so you
babies.
so when you got them, because because this is just so I always ask questions because I'm a nerd, y'all. I need to know about everything in life. So when you got the kids, right, or just anybody, when you got anybody, they already come covered, or you have to cover them?
No. So this is the good thing about it. Like when we go in the room, they already covered. Like the family done already been in there, everything like that. And that was worse too, because like the family will still be standing outside or something, crying and stuff like that. So it's like that was hard too. But they'll already be prepped and covered before we come in there. So we literally, but it's like it's barely covered. Like to me, it's barely covered. Like because it's like
blue sheet.
No. So they in like a white bag first. They in a white bag first, and then
I got the blue sheet on the elevator.
Yeah,
that blue sheet. They wasn't covered on. They was just thrown. They was just thrown over. I got the blue sheet where they was just thrown. It was just like, okay, we gotta take him downstairs, probably to do whatever. And you don't know if the person had COVID or anything like that. I remember working in the hospital. I was on like the 3rd floor. There was this guy. I don't know what he had or what the situation was, but I had to walk in the room and check to make sure, he was breathing and make sure everything was fine. But I was like, Lord, I didn't want to go in his room, so, my ass was like, ting. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm saying this. I'm not supposed to. But I don't know what he had, but, I took my devices in there. But I kind of scanned it from afar. Look. I had to scan it from afar because he was isolated. We had to go in there with the the hazmat suit. I had to do so much to go in the room, and I was like, and I used to hold my breath to the point I want to pass out because you just don't know. And this is the middle of COVID, and I'm working in the hospital, and I'm like, I can't do this shit, y'all. I was like, yo, I'm a singer. This person is melted away. And the nurses would be in the hallway, and they were like, hey. I'll be like, girl, please, don't hate me. Right. Y'all know I was struggling to go in this room.
Right, exactly.
Y'all should have did this for me. I'm scared. Yeah, they used to know I was scared, too. I used to be like, oh.
That's worse.
I'm glad I didn't have to work during COVID. Like, I'm glad that was before COVID.
Yeah, no, that's just crazy. Hospitals are really interesting. I hate hospitals. But hospitals are really crazy to the point where a lot of things that people don't know. A lot of people don't know that happens. It's a lot of good things that happen in hospitals too. Like Memorial Hermann has a fucking boutique in there for maternity, which I think was super cool because I used to work with a pregnant woman. That was the happiest floor that I was on. I was like, oh, look at you, bitch! You had a baby out the coochie. She was like, yeah, no, I'm going home. I was like, that's so cool. It's such a blessing. Like, it was the quietest floor, and it was very pleasant, and everybody was really happy. And that was on the opposite side from where death and diseases was,
the darkness.
and the darkness. Right. So it was really cool to be on that side. It was where the babies was. But Lord Jesus, I'm gonna tell you this. I never say never because I love to save lives and I love to help people. But working in a hospital, because my mom, she's from the medical field. She used to that shit. She'll be like, oh, look at here. Like me, that's not me. I'm like, oh, I got to go. I got to go. The sight of blood just creeps me the fuck out.
Yeah, that's
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate the time we got to spend with you.
Yes.
This was dope.
We gotta have a part 2 and 3 because we got
we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
So
we need more parts.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, we should definitely film more
in New York. We coming to New York.
Yeah, we should film more and then chop it up.
Yeah. No, seriously.
For sure.
I'm with all that.
For sure.
Okay.
So but he gotta tell people, if they don't know already, where to find you
at. Where to find you.
And all that good stuff.
Hi guys, if you haven't noticed already.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I had to change my voice up. No, I was playing. You guys, I'm Jaeden Zoe. Once again, you can find me on Instagram, JaedenZoe. And that's the only Instagram and only place you can find me right now.
Chill.
I'm on Spotify. Sorry, Spotify.
We drunk.
Spotify.
We drunk.
Cut. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon, all the music platforms. I'm working on a new project right now currently, so you'll probably catch a bunch of features. But right now, I promise you guys I'm going to have so much music in store, so holla at me.
And we going to the next level, so stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Tap in and tune in.
Yeah.
We're here.